Hey everybody, it's Dan.
And Tyler.
And we are here with another riveting episode of What's Happening at Grace Fellowship Church of Ephrata at 822 Point View Avenue, Ephrata, PA 17522.
I think the title needs work, Dan.
I narrowed it down for what it used to be.
It's a little long.
I remembered it. That's the important part. So we are excited. A little bit of spring starting to show up right now.
Very small.
Very small.
Still very cold.
You're not still bitter about the Groundhog Day, are
Yeah,
you?
the groundhog said it would be over and said it would be springtime, and it's cold today.
The winter lovers don't care. So
Well,
I could have used about 6 more weeks of winter. That's me.
well,
But
you got 6 more weeks of winter.
if you could, this is like Florida winter, okay? If I can potentially go outside in short sleeves, it's a Florida winter. I don't do Florida winter. Give me Alaska.
Dan, it's 41 degrees outside.
That is warm. That's warm. Whatever. Hey, it's
Insane.
March. We got some holidays coming
Yes.
up. We have Good Friday and Easter. We'll talk about them in a second.
Yes, we will.
On the 17th, we have, a great one for some in our congregation. That's St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
That's always a lot of fun, especially when you're like me and you celebrated your Irishness for so many years and then found out later on with a DNA test that you are actually more like 5% Irish and you're a lot more English than Irish. And that would explain the fish and chips cravings I get.
Yeah, I always try to go out and get bangers and mash.
Yes.
On St. Patrick's Day.
Mashed potatoes are
Mashed
the greatest
potatoes
thing.
and sausage.
Absolutely,
It's like
that's all you need.
Best combo ever.
That's it. I mean, that's meat and potatoes, literally.
Literally, it's the meat and potatoes.
So, hey, we wanted to fill you in on a couple things going on in March. I'm going to let Tyler take the first few. So,
All right, so first on the docket, we have, actually, by the time you're seeing this, tonight, we have our movie night for the whole family. All church family is invited. We're going to get together as a church family and watch The Lorax in Hunsaker Hall. It's going to be awesome. And as a fun little thing that's attached to that, if you would like to get some snacks, we're going to be raising money for Student Life Camp for the students, which I'll have a little more information about later. But we're going to be selling, by donation, anything you can give, and you'll get some popcorn and candy.
is that it? There's not going to be like caviar or...
No, I can't afford caviar.
Well, that's disappointing. I was thinking of coming. It's the Lorax. Shouldn't we be eating like paper or something, plants?
No, paper comes from trees, and you would have had to tear down the trees. Someone didn't watch the movie.
I didn't care.
It's a great movie. Anyway, wow. So we have a youth event coming up that the students are really excited about. I'm excited about it. You may think this sounds insane, and it is a little crazy. After the success of last year's, we've decided to do it again. We are doing an all-nighter. So Controlled Chaos 2 is going down on March 15th from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. We're going to have a special guest speaker, band, Mario Kart tournament, midnight movie. We're also, and pizza.
It can't be a youth event
Exactly.
without pizza.
Little Caesars is our friend.
Will it be lactose free and
No,
gluten-free?
it'll be very, very glutinous because it's pizza. So I'm sorry if you have a gluten allergy.
Little MSG on top of it too. Absolutely.
But that's insensitive. Anyway, I'm sorry. But also we're gonna have a spicy chicken nugget eating contest. So if you've ever seen the show Hot Ones, it's gonna be similar to that, which is progressively hotter spice levels. So that'll be super fun. But
I would show up for that.
that goes down on the 15th.
On the 15th.
So we're super pumped. Also, what he was talking about earlier in whole church news, not just youth group, Easter's coming up. But not just Easter, the entire weekend of Easter. And so, as we know, Easter weekend starts off with Good Friday, which is when Jesus died on the cross. And so, as a church, we're gonna gather together in remembrance, but also to reflect on that and also take communion.
Yes.
Yeah. What time is that gonna be at? 6 p.m.
It's at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. on Good Friday.
Yes.
We'll be here.
And really, it's a bookend because that's a great way to start the celebration of Easter, because really can't fully celebrate Easter unless you recognize that Jesus died on the cross.
Exactly.
So, yes, we will have a special time of communion and some more traditional songs that evening. And service goes about 45 minutes long, but it's meant to set up the entire weekend.
And then on Sunday, we party because he is risen.
And he is risen indeed.
It's true. So we're going to celebrate Easter Sunday here at church. That's just a great opportunity to invite your friends, invite your family who maybe haven't come to this church.
Yep.
And this is a great time for them to experience what this church is like because we love Easter.
Yeah.
Also, along with Easter, we're going to have a few baptisms, which is really cool to see people make that public declaration of their relationship with Christ and going public with that.
Yep, no better way to celebrate the resurrection of Christ than people with new life. So, by the way, if you were thinking about baptism, because I know there's still a few of you that have been thinking through that, praying about it, the 10th is really the deadline to let me know so I can accurately plan, get everything together for that. But don't be bashful, don't be shy. If you have never been baptized, or maybe you were baptized as a baby and you want to make that public profession of your faith, don't be embarrassed. I mean, it is a true step of humility, but it's also a great celebration for the body of Christ. So looking forward to Easter. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I also say we go ahead and put the invitation out there. If any of you want to talk about baptism and aren't even really sure what it is or what, if you want to make that next step, any of us will either of us will talk to you.
Yes.
And so very excited about that.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of the Easter holiday, I didn't leave one thing out. I wanted to explain a little bit about this. I don't know if you're aware of what these are.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Peeps. And we've been pushing the Peep diorama for a while. We had about 5, I think it was, participants last year. We'd love to see that double, 10 at least, people who decide to take Peeps like this, and you put them in a, about a shoebox size box, make up a scene, the theme's biblical story, or it could be a historical, or excuse me, not a historical account. It can be a really well-known site somewhere in the world. So I've seen a person actually did a version of the terracotta warriors in China. It could be, whatever, the Olympics, you name it, somewhere famous within the world. Now, here's the strategy behind this. Yeah, we got the competition. Yes, there are going to be prizes for age groups, but here's the strategy behind this, just so you know. This is the big reveal with this, is we will gather all of those. We're going to take pictures of them. We're going to put them on the church's Facebook, Instagram pages, and here's the deal, is we want to encourage people to vote on what their favorite is, but also to share it to get other people to vote. Now, why on earth would that be important? Because what an easy way for people to learn about our church, what an easy way for them to see, hey, this is what they're doing there, and what an easy way for you to invite people to come to our church this Easter. So there is a method to the madness behind it. It is about getting our name out there and inviting people. It makes it easier for you to invite people to services here. The gospel's clearly going to be given that weekend. So don't be absent. Don't miss out on such an awesome opportunity for us to love where we live by inviting people to Easter services. So if you have any questions, see me, call me, email me, smoke signal, whatever works for you.
I noticed you haven't eaten one yet.
I haven't eaten one because I've been talking. So why don't you talk for a little bit?
You eat one and I'll go in. All right, so 2 more things from me. First things first. At youth group. What, are you good? It's good, isn't it? They're delectable. Anyway, first thing, at youth group, this upcoming week we're starting our next series, which is called Doubt Your Doubts. So students, if you've ever had any doubts about Jesus or Christianity or things like that, we're going to be addressing some of the most common doubts and how to deal with doubt as a young believer and putting your faith in Jesus Christ.
Yep.
So I'm really excited about that. That starts this upcoming Wednesday. And then finally, I warned you guys last month that I would be kind of on this probably until we go. Student Life Camp is this summer. We're still doing different things to raise money. Like you heard earlier at the movie night, we're serving snacks. We did the lasagna at the business meeting. We're also opening up the ability for you to just be able to give directly to the Student Life Fund. So if you go online giving, if you give to the youth, in the drop-down menu, all money given to youth, and then you write in the tagline that it's for student life. That'll be given directly to the Student Life Fund.
So some of you may not know how you can impact the next generation. That's one way. I mean, even if you can only give like $25 or something like that to help out a student to reduce the costs. Tyler's been a Student Life. I've been a Student Life. We don't have to keep telling you all that. You've heard it from us, but truly will be one of the most impactful weeks in the lives of the students that go. And so you can just love on that next generation, support that by doing something, just helping a little bit even financially through whatever.
Yeah, because it's currently $300 a student, which is a hefty bill to give, especially parents who have more than one student in the group. That adds up quickly, and so we're doing our best to try to lower that price.
Absolutely. So I promise this, that when they come back, they're not going to regret it. The parents aren't going to regret it, and you won't regret it for sponsoring and putting towards that. So real quick, just to wrap everything up, I know we've taken a lot of your time, and I've eaten 2 Peeps, so the sugar's going to start kicking in a second.
2?
I had 2.
Dang.
They're amazing. So
I'll have another one.
it is Easter, and one of the things I always encourage us every year, as I do at Christmas time, is to become hospitable. As a church, to be thinking of ways that you be hospitable. We'll see guests. We've been seeing a lot of guests in church. I don't know if you've noticed, but that's been real exciting for me because it means that people are somehow hearing about the church here, and we want to just encourage that. We don't want to be hidden. We want people to know who we are, and we want them to come here and be ministered to. If they don't need Jesus, we want them to know Jesus. So that's our responsibility. But we can be responsible by being hospitable. Not just coming to see our friends and so on, but also looking for people who look like they're new, making them feel welcome. Parking. I always talk about parking. It seems so meaningless, but it's important. If we expect guests, maybe you consider parking on the street or parking at the far end of the lot so that our guests can have the best parking. It's just a matter of being hospitable. All of these things go towards leaving a great first impression, and I do believe that's important as Christians, that we are to be hospitable. It is something that we are condoned and encouraged to do by Scripture. So let's all work really hard at not just thinking about ourselves, but thinking about those who may be checking out our church and what God may do through us in their life. So looking forward to an awesome Easter season. So to end things, though, I just wanted to give you a little gift because we're already on Easter candy, but a Cadbury egg.
I will cherish this.
Not that we believe that bunnies lay eggs, but
chickens do, but these are chocolate.
These are really yummy chocolate cream eggs. So we hope you have an awesome March. We look forward to next month. We got a lot of stuff starting to pick up because summer is coming and all of that. And God is just going to do some awesome things for our church this year as he already has been. So we will talk to you later. We'll see ya.
Bye.